Chapter 2. Present. I was taught to always walk with confidence. My parents would tell me that there's never anything I'll ever do that will be so bad I'll need to hang my head in shame for the rest of my life. Now, some might disagree with that statement, but I try to stay true to that philosophy, and I always act confident in my actions. I'm free. I live the life I promised to live, and I regret nothing. Cameras snap as I move forward, alongside Cash Abernathy, the best attorney in the United States. I look up and he gives me a reassuring smile. Dang, it's been a solid year since I saw him last, and the man still takes my breath away. He reaches down and takes my fingers in his large hand and squeezes. You're doing great, he tells me. I feel good, I reply. He chuckles beneath his breath. The cameras snap, forever catching the image of us looking adoringly at one another. I love him, just as I love 11 other men, but I don't love any of them as much as I loved Bentley. Or do I? Is there one among the rest who could be my first husband's equal? I'm not sure. Although I've found myself, over the past decade, a piece of me seems forever lost. What can I do to make that feeling go away? We reach the front of the packed courthouse and I turn, needing to see the faces in the audience. I don't know most of them. Every once in a while, though, my eyes connect with a person I know very well, very intimately. What are they thinking? Who do they think I am? Do they want revenge? Do they want answers? I know I'd want answers. When I was with them, I didn't know the answers. I still might not know. The last eyes that capture mine belong to Warren Amancio. I haven't seen him in 11 years. Has 11 years truly passed? It seems just like yesterday that I walked away from his lavish place in Las Vegas. He was the first when I took on a new identity, took life by the horns, and truly lived for the first time, with the help of my bestie. Warren's eyes are a stormy gray, and as we gaze at one another, it's as if I'm looking into a distraught sea. Emotions flare in his expression. Sadness, anger, joy, disbelief, hurt. It's all there. My lips turn up in the slightest as I remember our time together. Remember how wonderful he was. The emotion becomes overwhelming, and I turn away. I bet you'd never thought there'd be a day you'd be in the same room as all of them, Cash says. I don't know why I'm so surprised by Cash's attitude. It was the thing that made me fall in love with him in the first place. Cash is brilliantly smart, but above that he's kind, compassionate, and full of love. He was cheated when he met me. He should be with some down-to-earth woman who makes him peach pies every night and appreciates how much he has to offer. Of all the men I was with in the past 11 years, I think Cash is the truest. I'm so glad I had my time with you, Cash, I announce. It was the best year of my life, he replies, sincerity ringing in his voice. You deserve so much more than a woman like me, I say, absolutely meaning it. I don't know that I'll ever find anyone I love more than you, but I know you aren't mine. I also know that there's a man out there who will be willing to set you free, but you won't be able to leave. That's what Bentley said to me. I keep searching. I don't think it's possible, but the one rule I'm never willing to break is my promise to Bentley. He wanted me to live, and living is what I'm doing. I'm doing it for the both of us. I have to, since he's no longer here. I have to live 2 times as big. Let's get through this chapter of your life. Then your wings will once again be unclipped, he promises. I reach up and hug him. Affection has never been difficult for me, I was raised by incredible parents who were strict but loving. There isn't a day in my life I haven't received a warm embrace from my mother and father when I'm in the same home as them. Maybe that's a part of the reason I am who I am. I haven't been able to make contact with their eyes in the courtroom. I'm not ashamed of what I've done, but I'm afraid my religious parents will be. Never have I seen disappointment in their eyes before, and I don't want to see it now. I haven't faced them since the arrest, though they've tried to visit me at the jail. Everyone's on the edge of their seat waiting for this trial to begin, Cash says as he looks behind us. I sink down in my chair at the defendant's table. There's no show like a circus, I say with a shrug. Your life's a bit like a circus, he concurs with another chuckle. And I always want it to be, I say. When the ride stops, the fun is over. I'd compare your life more to the high wire act, he tells me. Nah, there's a safety net with a high wire. I want to be totally free, whether that means I soar high or crash to the ground. I remind him. He chuckles again. Dang, his laugh is contagious. That attitude is what made me fall in love with you in the first place, Cash says. With the way the cameras love you, I think you're going to have your choice of candidates for a new spouse, I assure him. I already have a wife, he says as he looks down at his hand. My gaze follows his to the simple gold band he still wears. I'm shocked to see it. Cash, I begin, not knowing what to say to him. A tinge of sadness in my eyes quickly evaporates as he once again smiles. I should take it off, but I haven't removed it since the day you slipped it on, he says. He stops me from what I was about to say. We married for a specific reason. He then wanted to change that reason, but I loved him too much to allow that to happen. I'm still surprised by his commitment, though. How can you stay so loyal to me, knowing everything you know? I ask. Because that's love, he assures me. You know I love you. He leans forward. Cameras are still clicking, but thankfully no one can hear our conversation. I have no doubt about that, but it isn't enough. The words aren't a question, they're a statement. He knows I love him, but it isn't a forever, till death do us part kind of love. No, it isn't, I say. There's no reason to lie to this man who has already given me so much of himself. All rise. Our conversation stops as the bailiff calls the courtroom to order. I stand and face forward as the chamber doors open and the judge steps through. Cash has told me about Judge Croesus, who's nearing 70 and has a record for fairness. The judge walks to his seat, then looks out at the crowded courtroom. Not a hint of a whisper can be heard. The judge has a reputation for removing people from his hearings if they don't follow his rules. He likes order, and he doesn't tolerate any deviation from his rules. Judge Croesus sits, gathers his papers, then looks up and his gaze meets mine. For a couple of seconds, it's only the judge and me in the room. Just the two of us, the rest of the world fading away. For several tense moments, he remains expressionless as he looks at me. But right before his gaze shifts, I notice a twinkle in his eyes. What does that mean? Has he already decided his opinion of the case and is only going through the motions of a circus hearing? Does he think I'm innocent? Does he think I'm guilty? Is it so unusual there's no precedents to base the case on? It's frustrating to not know what's going to come next. You may be seated, the judge says. A murmur floats through the courtroom until Judge Croesus sends a stern look over the crowd. Then total silence prevails as everyone takes their seats. The trial is about to begin.